Hi everyone, Tura Adam with Urban Realty Services. A few weeks ago, I interviewed Stephen Cruz, a mortgage broker here in Calgary. Stephen and I discussed a number of questions regarding the first-time home buyers incentive and who qualifies to be a first-time home buyer. In that discussion, there were a couple of things that we're not sure. The first thing is the program launch date. And the second is mortgage insurance premium that is applied to the program. For sure, the home buyers who receive the government incentive still pays mortgage insurance, but the mortgage insurance they pay is based on the combination of their the home buyers down payment and also what the government gives. For example, it gives you 5%, and as a home buyers you have you put down 5%, you pay the mortgage insurance based on 10%. If you buy a brand new home, the government gives you 10% and you put down 5%. That applies the same thing. So the mortgage insurance premium is based on total down payment that you pay. The program starts September 2nd of 2019, and if you buy a house after September 2nd, your closing date or the position date would have to be after November 1st. My interview with Stephen was broken down into a few parts. So this part here talks about the first-time home buyers incentive and who qualified as a first-time home buyer. Please do watch the video in its entirety. Thank you. I know lately the government announced that there is a first-time home buyer incentive. Mm-hmm. And so many people don't understand how that works. Can you talk about it?
Sure. So as a first-time home buyer, to qualify as a first-time home buyer, you can't have owned a house for 4 calendar years. So this doesn't have to be your first house to actually qualify. If you owned a house before, sold it, rented for a while, and then moved back in and purchased a new house, you're considered a first-time home buyer, as long as it's 4 calendar years that you haven't owned a house before. Spring of 2019, the government announced two changes to the first-time home buyer program. The first change is with respect to the home buyer plan, which is you can take up to $35,000 from your RSP and use that towards the purchase of your house. It used to be $25,000 that you could take from your RSP, but now they moved it up by 10, so anyone could take up to $35,000. And if you're a husband and wife and you each have the room and the money in your RSP, then you can each take out $35,000 towards the purchase of a house. So you could potentially have $70,000 down on the purchase by using money on from your RSP. A couple of keys, strategies or keys to employ this is the money has to be in the RSP for a minimum of 90 days, and you can withdraw the funds from the RSP any number of times in 1 calendar year toward the purchase, and you can withdraw up to 30 days after your possession date. Okay, so if you're buying a brand new house and the possession date's let's say it's January and you're buying it in December, so you could take some money out in January to give your deposit, and then you can wait until December and take the rest of the money out for the balance of your down payment. So it doesn't always have to come out all at once. It can come out in multiple times and then up to the max. And if you purchase a house, it's only happened a couple of times, but I've had a client purchase the house, they took money out of the RSPs, they moved in, realized, oh, we needed to do some other things to the house, and all of their money was in their RSPs. They were able to take a little extra before 30 days. They only have 30 days after they move in. They could take some money out of their RSP toward the purchase of their house. So that was something that a couple of clients have used, and not many, but that's possible. There's a second part to the changes the government made, and that's the home buyer incentive. So the home buyer incentive, basically the government is now going to participate in the equity or participate in the purchase of your house. And if you're purchasing a resale home, they'll give up to 5% of the purchase price. And if you're purchasing a brand new house, they'll give up to 10% of the purchase price. So let's say someone's purchasing a house for $430,000. There are some stipulations around qualifying for it. So if you your household income, the people purchasing, the income cannot exceed $120,000, and the mortgage cannot exceed 4 times your annual gross income. Okay, so if a couple earns $100,000 and they want to purchase a house for $430,000, for example, and they would put 5% down, so that would be $21,500. The government would give them $21,500, and then the mortgage is going to be just around $400,000, including the insurance premium. And so a couple earning $100,000 together would qualify for that $400,000 mortgage and a $430,000 purchase price. If the couple is earning more than 120, so their income is over 120, then they don't qualify for the program. Okay.
So you say they don't have to pay back until they sell the house. Is that
right? Yeah. So the government gives them the money up front, and then they don't have. It's like an interest-free loan, but it's more like a participation because. So the government gives you the $21,500, and when you sell your house, they will ask for 5% of the sale price. So they give you 5% of the purchase price, and they want 5% of the sale price when it happens. So if you sold your home for $400,000, then you would give them $20,000. If you sold your house for $500,000, you would give them $25,000. So if you lose money on your home sale, then they're participating a little bit. If you make money on the home sale, they're also participating a little bit. So there's a little participation in your equity. And it's the first mortgage is going to fund after November 1st. So if you purchased a house in September, you can't actually take possession until November 1st or later to participate in the program. And that's 2019.